Episode 3, Wolfe Untamed. I got one of my best friends, my brother, one of my favorite teammates of all time. Our family are good friends. Our wives are best friends. Emmanuel Sanders.
My God.
The legend, man. One of the best, one of the biggest, like, hearts you ever seen on the field.
Appreciate you,
You
bro.
know, you always, people say you're undersized, but I never saw you as like an undersized guy because of just the way you played and your attitude.
No doubt, brother.
Like, you're just such a dog out there. Most receivers are like, you know, they're kind of pussies sometimes. You know what I mean? But you never were like that. You never were like that, man. It was like, you know, these safeties and stuff would come and just rock you, and you would just jump up, boom,
man.
right on your feet.
Hey, man, I try to win, man. I tell people all the time, you can measure my hands, you can measure my feet, you can measure everything on my body, but you can't measure my heart. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was always the most conditioned on the field. I always play with heart. I play with passion. Shit, some of them hits fucking hurt.
Hell
you
yeah.
know what I mean? But I remember my uncle, man, one time, man, I was playing Pee Wee football, and I got hit like hard. And I was laying on the ground, and I still remember my uncle vividly. He walked over, he said, "Oh, you dead?" I said, "No, I'm not dead." He said, "Don't you ever lay on this fucking field unless you dead." And I remember that, dude. So when I take those hard hits, I'm over here like, man, my uncle standing over me, asking me, "Am I dead?" Bah, I'm getting back up, the crowd going crazy. You know what I mean? Just little shit like that you always remember that makes you just, you know, like tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, it also is a mental game with your opponent, right? So like, if that
100%.
dude hits you as hard as he can, and you just pop up like nothing
Man,
happened,
come on, man.
bro. The next time he's gonna be like, man. Eventually, at the end of the game, he's gonna be wore
Yo,
out.
we got 4 quarters of football. I'm coming at you this entire time. And you're right, yeah, it is a mental thing, you know. And a lot of times, you know, when a dude hit me and he feels like he did something and I pop back up, I mean, if he hit me and I drop the ball, yeah, kudos you. If you hit me and I caught the fucking ball, I'm going to get up, flex, and you're going to hear that crowd roar, and you're going to be like, who
crazy.
the fuck is this short mother? Like, what is going on? You know, so it is a mental thing, too.
Yeah, bro. You know, I had so much respect for you, just like from day
Appreciate
one.
you. Vice
You know, I
versa,
watched
brother.
you at Pittsburgh, you know, growing up there. But before we get to the NFL, the life in the NFL, let's start from the beginning, bro. Like, where did it start?
Man, I grew up in a small country town called Belleville, Texas. Population like 4,000, you know, some small country dude. I grew up really like what people don't realize is where I get my toughness from is I got 2 uncles that are cowboys, and they're twins. And when I tell you these cowboys are some of the toughest SOBs you'll ever come across, they're some of the toughest SOBs. The stuff that I seen my uncles grow up and do, it was like, dude, how? You know what I mean? From just everything. They're just crazy, dude. They're just crazy. So that's where I kind of get my toughness from, you know what I mean? And then, you know, like I feel like what really motivated me to make it to the National Football League is just, you know, I grew up in a impoverished situation, you know, and dude, my grandma, I was raised by my grandma. My grandma was working like 2 jobs. Dude, I still remember, like, it's fucking Texas. It's hot as shit. I still remember we didn't even have a car. She's like sweating, breaking her back to keep the lights on, you know, sweating, walking to work and shit like that. So, dude, that made me hungry, dude. That made me hungry. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm the man of the house. I got to go and get this shit. So, when other kids was out there playing around and this and that, like I had a whole different mindset than everybody else. I was highly motivated. You know what I mean? Even when I got to college, dude, because I'm like, I gotta go get this money, man. And I told my grandma I was gonna make it, so I'm gonna make it. So I was extremely determined to make it. You know what I mean? Just coming from that small town, seeing what I saw. You know what I mean? And then truthfully, like my toughness came from my uncles because they had that mindset. You know
So
what I mean?
seeing it, right? Just seeing
Seeing it,
and
man.
The way they didn't treat you like a baby.
No, they definitely didn't treat me like
You
a
weren't
baby.
getting babied.
Dude, I remember one time, man, I was like in the 8th grade. And I had got into a fight in a situation like my uncles found out I got into a fight. Dude sucker punched me, so I ain't get my lick back. So I remember I got off the bus and I saw my uncles there. And I just took off running. So next thing you know, they chased me down. And they kind of grabbed me, kind of stole me. They said, if you don't go back and knock that, yeah, you're going to have a problem when you get off the bus the next day. So I had to go to school. I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? But when I look back on, I'm like, I'm not going to raise my son like that. You know what I mean? But they were definitely crazy. But it's little stuff like that builds toughness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That builds something in you that like, yeah, I'm a good person, but like, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That type of mindset, you know?
Exactly. So you didn't have a lot of offers coming out, right?
No, I didn't. I mean, growing up in that small country town, dude.
Not getting a lot of looks.
No, you don't get a lot of looks. As a matter of fact, I just got all my high school tapes they were on VHS, and I had to convert them. That's how old we getting, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I went back and I watched all my games, and I wasn't like making crazy plays, but it was one playoff game that I had like 170 yards. It was at Texas A&M Stadium, and I think it was some college like scouts there, and they saw me, and that's when my offers started coming. But it wasn't like big time schools, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Like 1AA schools.
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah, like U of H, SMU. Yeah. It wasn't like Alabama's and LSU.
SECs,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and then like I grew up in a small country town. Like I ain't really had the money to go to these big time camps and stuff. Nor did I know about it. You know what I mean? So, once I got my opportunity, like I took full advantage of it.
Yeah. And so what year did you go to college? What year was that?
I graduated in 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
And you went to SMU, and how did you play right away?
Dude, so they redshirted me, and I was kind of pissed off about that. But man, when I got there, my wide receivers coach, he saw me running routes, and he looked at me, and he said, son, someday you gonna play on Sundays. And I ain't even know like what he was talking about or nothing. All I knew was like, if you saying it, I'm redshirting, but you saying this. But
shit, I'm just trying to play on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play on Saturday. So, at my redshirt freshman year, I ended up getting freshman All-American, and that's when stuff started taking off. But even when I got to college, like, coming from Belleville, my small town, to SMU, I'm still like, man, these guys at Alabama, these guys at LSU, these guys at University of Texas, at Texas A&M, I'm like, these guys are better than me. I got to outwork these guys. So even when I was in college, like, dude, everybody used to go spring break. Like, I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm staying in my school. I got to grind. I got to work. You're like, right? I got this mindset. I got to make it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing bench press. I'm saying this right here going to get my grandma house. This going to give me that Lamborghini that was on my mirror, right? This going to give me that big ass house that I always wanted. Like, this going to change my life. Like, I'm dedicated to this. Like, y'all can go and do spring break, but nah, I'm going to get the advantage because I'm going to get these extra 7 days on y'all or so.
The sacrifice.
Yeah, that little sacrifice. And it ended up working out. You know what I mean? Ended up getting drafted and got everything that I wanted.
And what round did you get drafted in?
Got drafted in the third. But
round.
It's crazy, though, because I kept working, and it's crazy because this goes to like even cast this as in small schools, right? Like I was working, and then the next thing you know, I got invited to the combine, and I'm getting to the combine. I'm like, let me see what these guys about. These guys that was always in the back of my head that went to Alabama's, went to the University of Texas. Let me see what these guys. And I showed up, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I could have played at Alabama. I could have played at University of Texas, But it's crazy because like. It was God's path for me because and I know, and it's no shot at these guys that go to the big time schools. But when you look at the NFL, like sometimes the big time school guys get complacent, and then it be guys like me that went under the radar. That's very, very, very hungry. That's fiending for success. That end up really taking off. You know what I mean?
You just outwork them, bro.
You outwork them. They don't want to.
Well, and it's not all of them, but some of them, bro, they don't want to work.
Yeah, because they got so much success early that they feel like they've arrived.
Yeah.
And and I know that the day that you feel like you arrived is the day that you're done.
You're done,
like that's one thing that you don't want to do is, till the day that I still don't feel like I arrived in the National Football League. Right now, I still feel that way. And we got Super Bowls, you know what I mean? Like, I still don't feel like I arrived. I still feel like it was more on the bone for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and some guys feel like, oh, I'm full, I'm good. Like, I never felt that way.
Never felt that way.
Never felt
I can
that way,
relate to
dude.
that, man. I can relate to just about everything in your story. We've talked about this off camera a lot.
Yeah.
About the shit that we went through as kids, how we can relate, grinding through poverty, being poor, like dead poor, like not knowing where your next meal's coming from.
telling you, dude.
That shit will change you.
Shit is
and
different.
it makes you so hungry, and it puts you at a, I always say, there's a lot of guys that were big. There's a lot of big dudes out there.
Facts.
There's a lot of fast guys out there. There's a lot of motherfuckers that can catch.
Talk
and
about
that
it.
are kind of tough, right? But they don't got that same drive and that dog in them. That because they weren't prepared for life like I was prepared, or like you were prepared.
Facts.
They weren't prepared that way.
Facts.
They didn't. You talk about your uncles. And you laid on the field that one time, and they told you get your ass up.
You said, oh, you did?
Bro, I lived with some cowboys too. That took me in, and I lived on a Black Angus farm in high school. And my sophomore year, I won the match, the wrestling match, and I was laying there on the side of the mat, gassed, bro, like so gassed. I should have pinned this kid, but I wasn't in shape yet. Like it was the beginning of the season, I wasn't taking it that serious. And I get over there, and I'm like, I'm gassed. I'm bent over, And the old man, we used to call him Rawhide, off the old movies. Call him Rawhide, but his name was Herman. And he comes over there and he kicks me with these cowboy boots right in the stomach. And he said, you're a fucking disgrace.
Hey.
He said, get your ass up. He said, don't ever lay on the side of the mat. And I never again was I going to show weakness, right? And that kind of shit, like, most people don't get that kind of treatment.
Yeah,
right?
motherfuckers is getting soft these days.
Oh,
even now, if I'm on my son too hard, people saying you on him too hard. It's like, yo, like, and I never thought that one day I'd be sounding like an old dude.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, this generation getting soft.
Hey, because they would say that about us.
Yeah, exactly. They said that about us. Now we saying it about them. And it's crazy.
But you know what, man? Like, I'm happy for Prince. I'm glad everybody's so soft. You know why? Because your son,
that's the advantage.
Your son is already has that worker mindset.
Hey, come on,
bro. We were doing axe throwing on Father's Day. This dude is doing push-ups.
Hey, we trying to get it, man.
And the generation is so soft. And they're so entitled, and they don't want to work.
Facts.
That you can just run these motherfuckers
Facts.
right over.
Hey, advantage us, right?
Yeah,
advantage us.
Exactly. Because they don't want to work.
I like that. They
don't want it, bro. So,
I like that.
So Princeton's growing up in an age where he can, like he's gonna already have that work ethic, and he's not competing against guys that come from the gutter and guys that are really grinding. He's competing against people that think everything should be handed to them.
Exactly.
They think they're at the top.
Exactly. And I'm preparing him like a kid that is getting it out of the gutter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want my kid to be entitled. And it's crazy because, like, as a parent, you sit back and you say, man, like, I worked this hard for my kids to have a good life, but at the same time, I don't want them to be no spoiled brat. I tell them all the time, like, dog, this is my money. You got to go get your own money, dude.
Yeah.
And I tell him that all the time. He understand it. He tell me, I'm going to have more money than you. What you mean? I'm going to have bigger houses and bigger cars, more cars than you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope you do.
That's what he's competing against. You know what I mean? That's a healthy competition, I think.
No doubt, brother.
You should always want to do better than what your parents do.
Man,
that's what you want for your kid.
If I'm the iPhone 10, my kid should be the iPhone 11 and on and on. You know what I mean?
Generational wealth, right?
No doubt, brother.
Creating that generational wealth where it just keeps getting passed down through hard work.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the only way to get it.
Exactly.
It's through hard work.
No doubt.
The only way to get to where we got to is grind and work and play hurt. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about playing hurt. When most people won't play, guess who's showing up?
Hey.
Emmanuel Sanders will be out there.
Facts.
He don't give a shit.
Facts, man. I can't believe something like, now that I'm out of the league, I sit back and I'm like, dude, you know it too. Like, how the fuck did I play through that shit? Like, dude, I remember I was with the Niners, and I'm having a good game. I'm feeling myself. Next thing you know, I catch a slant. Dude come rock me. Boom. But he rocked me. I catch it. I get up. I try to flex. I hit a move to change. I run to the sideline. I'm like, ooh, he caught me. I'm like, he caught me there. Ended up like cracking one of my ribs.
Yeah.
So I ended up not going out of the game, not playing. Well, we got a game in 7 days, and that's the thing that people don't understand about the National Football League. You might get hurt, but you got 7 days to make that, less than 7 days, really, to get that injury right, because you got to practice too.
Well, they want to see you practice.
They want to see you practice, and in the National Football League, like, if you establish yourself, they'll say, okay, you can do a walkthrough on Friday, or we'll let you go. But the majority of the time, if you're hurt, you got to practice on like a Thursday practice. So you playing on Sunday, you got a 4-day window. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I ended up, Kyle took it easy on me, said I could just go through walkthrough. I broke my ribs. So they asked me, are you going to play next week? I said, the doctor just told you I got a broken rib. Like, are you going to play? I'm like, shit, if y'all let me, hell yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. So they come up with this procedure. They're going to shoot me in my rib, numb my rib, right? And then I'm going to go out and play. So I'm like, all right, that sounds painful, but fuck it. Like, let's try it. So I ended up going through the walkthrough where, they don't inject you like in practice, right? So I'm going through the walkthrough, and the whole time when I'm running, I hear my rib just and I'm running, I'm in so much pain, dude. I'm taking this shit. So I get to the game, they inject me, blase. I get in the game, we playing against the Cardinals. I end up having 3 catches. But dude, when I tell you, like, every time I made a catch and the dude would land on me, I would literally lay on the ground for like 10 seconds. Like, and that shit hurt so bad. I only made it through like a half, but I'm proud of myself that I actually did that shit.
Even
you know what I mean?
Field, right?
With a cracked rib, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm actually proud of myself that I did that. But now that I retire, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Why did I do that?
You know what I mean? But, like,
in the moment,
it's crazy that competitive nature and that adrenaline Like, it does something to you.
Well, it's that, and then it's also the fear of losing your job.
Facts.
That you don't, even though you have the confidence, like I always had that confidence, like nobody's taking my job. But I also had that, like, I'm never going to let somebody just go do my job.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, I always felt like me at, like, even if I was like 70%, I'm still better than that dude at 100.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
Because he's not like me. He's not built like me. So I'm just gonna go. You know, you talk about the rib thing, man. I got elbow dropped in like 2018. One of the offensive linemen just elbow dropped me right in the rib cage, and it just cracked the rib right there on the left side, right at the top. It cracked the front of it off, and bro, it still bothers me. Like I still have a bunch of issues in there.
How long did it take for you to?
I couldn't play that half, but I came right back the next week.
Yeah, right.
Played, and
they injected it.
They injected it.
Yeah.
They did that injection on there, bro, and that shit hurt so bad.
It did hurt.
Honestly, the injection hurt worse than anything.
Yo, how good did that feel when I'm on the phone and I'm talking to somebody and they're like, you playing this week? I'm like, yeah, I'm playing this week. They said they're gonna take a needle and shoot it in my rib, and people are like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, I'm a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
They taking a needle and shooting in my rib, and I'm gonna go out here and serve these motherfuckers up on the platter.
Serve it to
It's
them.
great. Like, what's wrong with us? But it's like, it's a beautiful thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, I took pride in that shit. Like, I took pride in my work. I took pride in playing through injuries. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because
like,
everybody's got something going on, right? Like, everybody out there has something going on. But there's a lot of guys that will just not play.
Nah, man.
They just won't play.
You know, and I know we done came across a lot of soft people in the league. And if you're at my position, I'm coming into the league and I'm scoping it out. If I smell blood in the water, I'm going to go get it, especially when I was like a third stringer. I came in the league, you know, they said I was going to be a fifth receiver. And I'm looking around like, nah, like I'm going to go get it.
Exactly.
I'm looking for blood in the water, but it's crazy because it's like a fine line that you got to walk because it's like we're teammates too. You know, but at the same time, I got to feed my family. So it's like that weird fine line that you got to tiptoe. But everybody know where that line is, and everybody going to go try to get it. And if you ain't as hungry as me, then you got to get out the way. Exactly. You know, but I still wish you the best, but you got to get out the way. You know, so like that was always my mindset.
Yeah, that's how it was for me when I got to Denver when they drafted me. I was the third stringer at camp, and through camp I just outworked them. Yeah,
man.
And I was playing. These guys were working hard too. Like they were grinders, but they just didn't have that like
that 1%, that little
0.01% more that I would give. I'll run to the ball just a little bit harder.
Exactly.
I would push a guy back just a yard further. You know what I mean? Just
stay after practice, work on your craft for an extra 15 minutes.
Go into the weight room after practice. Elvis Doomerville was here, and he would be like, "Come on," you know. And Elvis was like an undersized guy, so they always doubted him.
Yeah.
So I just followed him. I followed his lead. Man. Show me what to do, E, and I'll do it. And we would go. He would have me we'd go in the weight room and do workouts. Like my first game was against the Steelers, in 2012.
Was it the playoff game?
No, it was the game after the playoff game. The first game of the season, remember?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It was in Denver.
We lost, didn't
we? We beat you guys.
Yeah, y'all beat us, yeah.
And that was my first game. And you gotta remember, I grew up right there by Pittsburgh. So to me, I'm like, they didn't draft me, so I always had
you was pissed off.
A bone to pick with them. You know what I mean? So every time I played the Steelers, I had something.
Trying to dominate.
And the Pouncey twins were my boys.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to play good against them.
Pouncey.
And they're just great dudes. You know what I mean? We always used to train. We used to train together and stuff. So I just had to get in. We played against each other in college,
you was alike, because Lord knows once the Steelers let me go, man, and how they did me, dude. They offered me some shitty ass money and wanted me to take the deal. And after that, dude, I had a chip on my shoulder for the Steelers. So I remember in 2015 we played against the Steelers, and
was it the regular season game?
Yeah, it was regular season. It was regular season. In Pittsburgh. Dude, I went off for like 189 yards.
I know you went crazy.
Yo, I went crazy. I don't know if you remember in the locker room after the game we lost. I'm crying.
I know, I remember.
I'm crying because I wanted to beat them so bad, dude.
I remember.
So me and you got that to say. You know,
bro,
but I still love, still a nation and everything, but dude, when they let me go, I took that shit personal.
Well, that's even Michael Jordan talks about that. How he would even just make things up in his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still do that.
Yeah.
Like I'll just make something up in my head and I'll be like, that's motivation for me. Like, they don't want me to do good. Exactly. They don't want me to succeed.
Exactly.
Like I do it, it's funny. You can't really relate to the hunting side of it, but even when I'm hunting, I take that same approach.
They don't want me to kill.
They don't want me to kill an elk. Like that elk thinks I'm not going to walk all the way over there. I'm doing it.
Exactly.
He thinks I won't climb that mountain.
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Going straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like that mountain lion thinks I won't come up there. I'm coming.
I'm not even gonna lie. They have made me successful. I don't know who the fuck they are, but they they have definitely made me successful because I'm constantly telling me they don't want me to win. They don't want me to do this. They don't think that I can have a life after football. And I'm like, who the fuck is they? But I don't care. Whoever they is, thank you.
They're driving me every day.
Appreciate you.
You are. We appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I always say this too. That there's no with success comes hate.
Man,
like because when you do great, great things and you're successful in life and you're kind of kicking ass, people are gonna hate on that.
Facts.
But the funny thing about a hater is I never met a hater that was doing better than me.
Hey, facts.
Never.
Man, my uncle used to always tell me. He say, man. He say, damn. He say, right now I got 10 haters. He say, tomorrow I'm trying to have 15. He say, tomorrow I'm trying to have 15, and by next week I'm trying to have 30. Cause that mean I'm doing something right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. It's funny how you push through shit and you grind and then you get somewhere and you never feel like you did shit though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you never like in the moment.
Yeah.
In the moment, that's my one regret is I wish I would have like reveled in the moment a little bit more. Yeah. Because I was so focused
but
on
if you would have reveled in the moment and that would have been your characteristic, you probably would have never made it.
I know, and it would have gave somebody time to catch up. Yeah. Is what I felt.
And that's why sometimes I text you, I tell you, man, like I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like hearing it from other people, because my family could tell me, but hearing it from people, I'm like, yo, like, you doing well. We doing well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but our problem is we never satisfied. You know, we always itching for something of just wanting success. And then when we get it, it's like, that's it? Damn. I got to find something else.
Now I got to find something else.
Dude, I remember after Super Bowl 50, we won a Super Bowl. I'm walking to the bus. I'm hungover as shit. And I'm walking next to Elway. And I'm looking at Elway. I'm like, Elway, this is it? Like, this is how it feels to win a Super Bowl? I'm like, I want to do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, that was the next day.
I know.
Like, I didn't even have time to really be like, oh, yeah, I'm the man. Like, I just felt like, damn, that's it. You know?
Bro,
like,
it was like that on the, doing the interviews after the game. Like, bro, I dreamed about carrying that trophy from 7 years old. That was like that's what drove me was carrying that trophy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what kickstarted the whole thing. Seeing Reggie White carry that trophy when the Green Bay Packers in '96 won a Super Bowl against the Patriots, bro. Watching him carry that trophy around the field, and he put the shirt over the jersey and pads. I said, I want to do that, and I got to do it, bro. But then it was like, okay, what's next?
Yeah, exactly.
And we're doing the exit interviews with the with the media and everything after the game, and I'm sitting there in my pad still. And they're like, oh, how's it feel? I said, I'm just ready for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. He said, I want another one.
I want another one.
I want another ring.
It's like a drug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just keep chasing that same high.
That's why people sit back and say, oh, Tom Brady, why he has all these rings and why is he chasing? It's because once you get them and you like, I got 4, I'm gonna get another one, man. Because it's like you got to go right back to the bottom of the mountain. And people always tell you it's not about reaching the top of the mountain. It's the journey.
Yeah.
Through that. And that journey is a beautiful thing, dude. Like, you think about that 2015 run when our back was against the wall and we're down in some games and we come back and we persevere. Yo, that's a adrenaline. That's a high.
Bro, it was like 11 games that were won by 5 or less points or something like that.
And that was a high.
Teams that had us beat.
Yeah, that thrill. So when it's over, you sit back and you like, I want that high again. Like, I want that adrenaline rush. Like, I want to go at it again. But you like, yeah, I want to show up to those games and beat teams by 40. But the games where it's close and we persevered and we won, those are some of the greatest games. You want to talk about excitement in the locker room. You like fist pumping and like, you just feel like you accomplished something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, those are the games I cherish the most, not the ones that I won by.
Ran the clock out.
We 40. I'm eating a hot dog in the fourth quarter. I appreciated those games. My body definitely did. But man, it's nothing like, man, you like, damn, this shit is going into overtime. You like, man, dang, overtime. But you like, I gotta go do it.
Shit, let me retake these lists real quick.
I'm about to be a legend.
Yeah.
That's how I always felt. Like,
I always felt like you were gonna be the one to make that play.
Man, I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the difference.
Yeah.
I'm the playmaker.
And a lot of times you were, bro. Like I can't tell you how many times I watched you, like, got to stand there on the sideline, thinking it's going to be a 3-and-out. And boom, there's E catching the ball, bro. Catching a pass that he had no business catching.
Ooh, I remember so many times strapping on my gloves, talking to myself, you the fucking man, E. You gonna win this game. That self-talk. Mm-hmm. You gonna win this shit. You the playmaker. Throw me the fucking ball. In the back of my head, so I had a little doubt.
Oh, it's always that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had a little doubt. But it was nothing that was gonna, even if I dropped the pass, who cares?
There's always gonna be a next one.
It's always gonna be the next one. I was scared to fail, but like I didn't really care if I failed because I didn't give a fuck what nobody really thought.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it was so much out there, the glory, shit, the money. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I gotta go and get it. Like I gotta put myself in an uncomfortable situation to go and attain what I wanted to attain: the Pro Bowls, the Super Bowls, the money, the cars. I had to do that. You know what I mean? So I ended up doing it.
You did it, bro.
You know what I mean?
You did it for a long time too.
Yeah.
Because think about it, bro. Most people that come into this league, the average is less than 3 years.
Facts.
So to play 10+ years at a high level,
man, how did it feel when you hit those double digits?
Bro, when I hit 10, I was like,
man,
I said, okay, I'm done.
Hey, for real. You hit them double digits, you sit back because like you go year 4 and you like, damn, man, I got a long ways to go. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Then next, it's like you blink and you at 8. You like, I'm going to go ahead and get 10.
Yep.
Like, once I get 10, like, I feel like I can walk around with my chest poked out like I played 10 years.
For a decade.
You know, I played a whole decade. Like, the moment I hit 10 years, I went straight on Instagram. Like, the Rolodex is a decade long. I'm letting they know.
Yeah.
I'm letting
all of them know.
Yeah, I'm letting all of them know. You know what I'm saying? The Rolodex is a decade long, but they told me I wasn't even going to make it.
Exactly.
They told me I was 175 pounds and I wasn't going to be a number 1 and number 2 wide receiver. They told me that I wasn't even going to make it to the league. They told me I probably had 3 years. They told me I couldn't get contracts. They told me small receivers couldn't be outside receivers.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They told me all this. Here I am, year 10, 175 pounds. They told me I had to gain 10 pounds. They told me I had to gain 10 pounds to go crack safeties. They told me all this. 175 pounds. I'm cracking safeties.
Cracking them.
They told me I didn't do it. But I made it 12 years. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny that you say that, like them telling you couldn't do it.
Man.
Right? So now I'm at this point in life where I'm like, man, when somebody says that I'd be good at something, it makes me like, it doesn't motivate me.
Yeah.
But when somebody says, I don't know, that's a risky move, I wouldn't do it.
Motivate you.
It makes me want to go do it more.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I want to prove them wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just, we're built that way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we've been told we weren't going to make it our whole life.
Exactly.
I mean, because the chances of making it to the NFL are so fucking low anyways.
Man.
You know what I mean? That people, I tell a story all the time about how teachers would ask me, like, what are you going to do when you grow up? I'm playing the NFL. And they'd be like, no, what are you really going to do?
Yeah,
like, what's your plan? And I'm like, there's no other plan. Facts. I'm going to the league. Like, I'm going to play in the NFL.
Facts.
And it would piss them off so bad because I could care less about what they were trying to teach me.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do to get through this class so I can get to what I really want to be doing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Which is, probably it's risky. Well, I put all my eggs in one basket, but shit, it worked out.
But isn't that like crazy? Like that, like you still remember those conversations. In that you knew what was inside you and you knew what you was willing to do to get there. But it's like along this journey and we talking, but I know it's people that's going to be watching. It might be kids that be watching that's motivated by us. But along the journey, it's going to be people that tell you you're not going to be able to do it. Or they're going to try to say, oh, you're dreaming too big, kid. Like, don't believe that,
Don't believe it.
They told me several times. I was 155 pounds. They told me, like, you people still walk up to me like I'm in Denver. They said, man, I thought you was going to be bigger than what you are. I said, dog, you can't see my heart, dog.
Well, bro, it's like when you put crabs in a bucket. One crab makes it to the edge to get out. And what do all the other crabs do? Come back.
Nah,
Get back down here.
I got to keep you down here.
You got to stay down here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me use you to climb back up. Then that one climbs up and another one grabs him.
Exactly.
And it's just this cycle.
Exactly.
And you got to break that cycle.
Man, we broke it.
Pull up out of that.
We broke it.
You know what I mean?
We
It's
broke
tough.
it. We broke it. And gonna continue to break it. You know what I mean? But, I done reached the point that even with them and they and that, I done reached the point, I'm like, I done made it. I ain't really got nothing more to really prove. I'm doing the TV stuff with NFL Network right now, and You know, I'm in cruise control right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all it takes is a little tweak, and I might just go back at it. But I'm in cruise control these days.
Well, it's going to take you finding something that you have passion about.
And that's the thing. And like, you know, retirement, you know, it's tough because you don't really have it. Like, you doing the hunt right now. And I ain't crazy like you. I ain't gonna fucking carry no damn.
I'm gonna get you in the woods.
You're not gonna get me in no woods with no gun. I'm telling you right now. I'll play a video game with some shit. But you ain't get me in no woods with no fucking bear chasing me. Although they say I ain't gotta outrun the bear, I just gotta outrun your ass.
Exactly.
I got the advantage there.
Exactly. You just outrun outrun the slowest one there. Good.
Dude, but nah, I ain't, like, you remember the last time you got me out there? You had me on that damn ATV or whatever the hell it was.
We went down to Colorado Springs and did some ATVing.
Oh,
you were in a side-by-side in one of those Polaris Razors.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about
this
that.
Dude
that was hilarious.
Well, he told me, okay, yeah, we're going to do it. So I'm in it. I'm like,
hold on. First of all, he shows up in all Louis Vuitton.
Oh, what was I thinking, dude?
He shows up in all Louis Vuitton.
I'm in a fucking almost $8,000 outfit, probably even more than that, $10,000 outfit. I fucking ruined that shirt. That shirt was like, it was this Louis Vuitton jersey I paid like $3,000 for. I got mud all over it. Even when I pull that shit out of my closet right now, it still got the mud stains on it.
Yeah.
Every time I'm looking like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, what was I thinking? That's how you know I ain't have no business having my ass out there. So then I'm following you. You on your little dirt bike. We go down into a little, what the hell we go into?
We go down into like a creek.
Yeah, a little creek.
Creek bottom.
So my dumb ass, I follow y'all. I'm like, not even understanding that we got to go
back up.
What route did we take? We didn't take the same route down.
No, we didn't. We should have went up the same way that we went down. Because when we went up, it was a lot. There was like these big boulders, like all these boulders. So like I'm carrying my dirt bike up the mountain.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, I was like carrying it up the mountain.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Too bad I couldn't push that damn Polaris
I know.
So I'm driving. And everybody else getting, I'm like, yo, this shit don't seem like it's safe. But I'm like, I'm gonna do it because it's like following the dumbasses, you know what I mean? But I'm the rookie though, you know what I mean? First of all, I'm over here like, shit, I'm a black man. If I die here, like all my black family gonna be like, what the hell was he thinking? It's like me being in the water and fucking shark eating. Like that's why I don't get in water because I don't swim. Black people don't do that shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't mean to stereotype, but I don't do this shit. You're one of my best friends. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking follow Derek. I'm going up these fucking boulders. Next thing you know, the damn ATV or whatever the hell it is. That's how you know, because I don't even know what the fuck I was driving.
It was a side-by-side. So it's a Polaris Razor.
Yo, this shit starting to tilt back over. All I hear is somebody say, hit the gas.
That was me.
Yeah, hit the gas. And I'm getting ready to flip back like over, and I just hit the gas, and Lord, like I hit the gas and got up the hill or whatever, but Lord, like I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Well, dude. It was a long way back down. You'd have rolled all the way down that thing.
Dude, I would have been crushed.
I was shitting my pants because I was so worried that you were gonna I was like, I hope you hear it. I was like, hit the gas, just freaking out.
I remember getting back to the hotel and I'm laying in bed. I'm like, man, I'm never doing this shit again. So I'm telling you right now, don't ever ask me to go fucking hunting with you ever again. Cause don't ask me to go hunting. Look. I like shit like this. We can do podcasts. You know what I mean? Like, this shit cool.
I think you might like fly fishing.
Somebody told me about fly fishing.
It's like super low key. Like it's like you're moving the whole time.
I like fishing.
You know what I mean? You're moving the whole time. It's challenging. It's fun to catch them. You're just releasing them.
Yeah, I like
even Abby likes doing it. Even my wife likes doing it.
Yeah, so I like fishing, but don't have me hold no guns, shoot no turkeys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing none of that shit. Man, I saw, what the hell was that you was packing on your back?
The elk?
Yo.
Or the mountain lion?
The mountain lion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm over here like, fucking Derek.
or was it the bear?
Crazy.
It could have been the bear.
No, it was the mountain lion. It was the mountain lion.
I got the bear right here, me carrying that bear on my...
Yeah, the fucking bear. I'm like, this dude here, man. I'm like, it's nowhere in the hell. Truthfully, I've never seen a black man carry a bear, so I don't even think black people do that.
Well, you know Bo Jackson's a big hunter.
Is he?
Big time. He's really into it. He's got like his own show and everything.
Well, shit.
Bo knows bows or something like that, right?
That's smart, but you won't see no Sanders nose, no shooting. That's one thing. That's That's the one thing you're not gonna see.
I'm gonna get you fishing, bro. You'll
We'll go
like
fishing.
fly
I'm
fishing.
down to go fishing. Man, matter of fact, me and Princeton went fishing the other day. He loves to fish. Dude.
It's fun, bro. It's a good time. And then when you get a fly rod in, it's like golf. Because your cast is everything, just like your swing is with golf, right?
Okay.
So like your cast
There's
is
a technique
everything.
to it.
There's a lot of technique. It's all about like where you're trying to put that fly right in a certain spot so that it'll float right where that fish will see it.
So you can see the fish.
Oh, you can see them.
Oh.
They're like you're in the water with them. You know what I mean? So you're wearing waders and you're getting in the water. It's like knee to waist deep, and you're fishing like the other side. You know what I mean? So you're like. And you know that there's probably a fish in that area, or you can actually see the fish.
Okay.
You kind of got to be sneaky because if they see you, they're not gonna. They're
gone.
like something's up. You know.
They're gone.
Because a lot of people are fishing, so they're used to seeing all the flies. So you got to kind of trick them.
Okay.
So it's fun,
I'm
man.
definitely down to try that. I'm definitely down.
We'll
to
go
try
fly
that.
fishing. I got a spot. There's a spot like 45 minutes away.
Okay.
We'll just pick a morning, bro. We'll go up there.
All right, let's do it.
And we'll do it. And they'll just outfit
Oh,
us.
Princeton gonna love that. You think he'll be able to catch it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be
Yo,
able to
this
do
this
it.
kid loves to fish, man.
Yeah, he'll like it.
Jesus.
He'll like
he
it.
loves to
It's
fish.
like it's just like golf, bro. Like the way you have to keep your wrist stiff. You have to keep your wrist stiff.
Okay.
It's all like you're moving from the elbow and shoulder. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Well, see, that's safe. Don't ask me to put no bow in my hands.
get up close.
Nothing like that. Even shooting a deer. I feel like I'll try that, but for me,
We could do that down. We could go shoot hogs or something. What about like helicopter pig hunting?
I don't mess with none of that. You ain't gonna give me no fucking helicopter, man. Man, look, man. I done survived 12 years in the National Football League, man. I done made it, man. There's no way the fuck you give me no helicopter. Man, I see people like hop in a helicopter and jump out on skis. I'm like, man, I'm not doing none of that shit.
Abby and I did that this year.
Man, y'all crazy, man.
We did that up in Utah. They drop you on top of the mountain. It's really.
You not scared to like break your, like tear your ACL or nothing?
I mean, it's just like football. If I go into it scared, bro, I
It's
probably am
not
gonna
like
get
football.
hurt.
You wanna know why? Cause that fucking pay stub say about 12 million.
Yeah, when you get paid 10, 12 million a year.
Now, if somebody want to pay me and give me a contract for a couple million to jump off a helicopter, I'll do that. There's no way the fuck I'm doing that for free. I barely do it for.
Let alone paying to do it.
Hey, come on, man. Yeah, exactly. You paying somebody. Well,
That shit costs money.
I guess it's that adrenaline rush, though.
It is, bro. That's what you're chasing, the adrenaline. And, with the hunting stuff, like for me, the camaraderie of a hunting camp,
Yeah.
like we're all out there, sleeping in fucking wall tents and, we got these crazy hikes we got to do to get back to where we're going, and everybody's fucking miserable, but we're all just making the best out of it. You know what I mean? Because we all got a common goal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, it's just like a training camp or like
Exactly.
like a little mini camp that we're going through. And I always enjoyed those because you're spending all that time with guys that you love to be around and just the time kicking it in the locker room. So it's the same, like a campfire is just like a locker room.
Yeah, man.
Like it's just busting each other's balls, making fun of each other, goofing, playing cards, doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Having some coffee in the morning. And then getting after it. Like, that's the way it goes.
It's crazy. I was telling Gabby that, my wife, I said, man, Derek, we like those hunting trips because it reminds you of a locker room. And it's like, like the retired players when we were in the league, he'd be like, man, what you miss the most about the game? I said, you know what? I don't really miss the X's and O's. Like, I don't really miss, for me, sometimes I miss that roar of the crowd. But he said, man, I miss just hanging in the locker room and shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And dude, it's crazy. Like now that I'm retired, like I really do miss that shit. Like I miss walking in the locker room.
Older guys used to tell us that shit
all the time, dude. I miss walking in the locker room, hanging out with this dude, getting to know what this dude got, that. And like I ain't realize how much I miss it until I went to a Broncos OTA. And I was sitting up there and dude, I just felt like so much at peace. Because I'm like, man, the smell of the grass, the shooting the shit, laughing between periods of going, you know what I mean? Like just hanging out with them, Like that's the shit that you miss. Like that camaraderie with your brothers. Like you can't, that's something that like, cause now it's like I wake up and I'm hanging out with my son, I'm hanging out with my wife. Like I might like talk to a couple of my boys. It's hard for us to really get together.
I know, because we all got our own shit
Everybody
going.
got some shit going, but to have like 50 guys all in one locker room just hanging out and
Playing music,
playing dominoes, playing cards. You know what I mean? Like that Super Bowl 50 team, we were crazy. Remember when Vaughn brought the whiskey out?
Yeah.
It was Christmas and we had practice and everybody took shots of whiskey before we went out to practice. I was running around, so I was in that bitch running cricket. I was running cricket and shit. We were drunk. Like drunk at practice. They don't win in that game though.
We did win that game.
We were drunk,
but we definitely got drunk before, because it wasn't just one shot. We've taken a couple shots before practice.
That Super Bowl 50 team, man, we
wild.
wild, dude.
Bunch of wild boys.
I don't know who set the trend with the suits. Everybody was coming in decked out in $2,000 suits, $1,500 suits.
Chained up.
Oh, it was a reason why we won, because we just had a lot of, like, I don't give a fuck in this, you know?
Oh,
like,
we didn't give a...
Yeah, like, we just had a lot of that, you know? And, like, you got to have that. You got to have that. You got to have a team full of dogs.
Yeah.
Like, and we had that. We had a team full of dogs.
Yeah, there wasn't a guy on that team that, like, you wouldn't ride for. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But it was like, it was smart dogs.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Smart football players.
Yeah, smart football players that had that dog in them. They had that dog in us. And
do you guys think that wild is what gave you the edge on that?
Yeah, because we
just
weren't
that
afraid.
little bit
we
of not
didn't
fear.
give a fuck. We didn't care. Like, we weren't afraid to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, if we lost, whatever. But we were going to do you were going to feel it.
You was going to fit. That 2015 team, you walked out the field against us, you know, like, them motherfuckers are good. But they good, but they not, like, soft good. Like, they're just balls to the wall, like, just crazy good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, gonna do the extra stuff. Like, me and DT going in cracking safeties, and we're not cracking safeties. We're trying to knock safeties out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you, Vaughn, Akib, like, just going crazy, dude.
Bro,
like, it was just...
We had and that defense, you know what I mean? We just, like, it's weird because we were, like, if you guys went 3 and out, we were like, fuck yeah. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go back out there. Because, like, everybody was trying to get paid too, right? But everybody also was like, I want to be the one to make the play.
Exactly.
Everybody wanted to be that guy to make the play. But, you know, at the same time, sometimes that can, like, really muddle a team because the ego's getting away, right? But there was no egos on that team.
None.
Everybody was, you know what? You know why? Because I felt like we were trying to do it for, for Peyton.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were trying to do it for DeMarcus Ware. I feel like those two guys really kind of led the show, and we were doing it for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm gonna do it for my boy. You know what I mean? Like, because Peyton was just such the best teammate and friend, and like he was just such a great guy.
Dude, I still got goosebumps right now and just thinking about that. I remember, like, Peyton, like, the night before the Super Bowl, like, his, like, pre-game speech, Peyton got up there, and then D. Ware brought out the Lombardi. You know what I mean? Like, I still remember going back to my room, like, heart beating, just like, man, like, I don't just want this for myself. Like, I want this for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. Like, a lot of guys think about themselves, but, like, true teammates is the ones that be like, yo, like, I really not doing it for myself, even though I'm gonna benefit from it. Like, I'm doing it for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like with me, like, dude, like, I made it to the National Football League. Yeah, I'm benefiting, but I just didn't do it for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had other people in mind as well and why I wanted to make it and change other people's lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whether it be your teammates or whether it be their family,
Man.
you know, your kids. Once you have kids, that
Facts.
changes things.
Facts.
You know, when you're doing something for more, it's bigger than you.
Man.
You know what I mean? There's something behind that.
Hey,
right?
it's better.
It'll push you to places that you never thought you could go.
I'm telling you, dude.
Like, as far as we had pushed ourselves, that 2015 season, like, bro, we hit the playoffs and it was like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter who or what the scenario was. We were not going to be denied.
Go get it.
We were not going to be denied.
And truthfully, like, defensively, like, I remember a few times, like, I used to be like, man, like, we're struggling offensively, but then I look across, I see you, I see Vaughn, I see y'all, I said, shit, we good, we gonna win, huh?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's certain players, like, that you'll look in the locker room and, like, you're like, man, we facing this team, but I got this motherfucker, I got him, like, you poke your chest out, you know what I mean? And that defense that year had me poking my chest out, because I knew, like, yeah, if I can get us in field goal range and get a field goal kick, like, y'all gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you're gonna get the
for
ball
me,
right
I'm
back.
just like, yo, like, let's just try to get it to field goal range. If we able to score, we able to score. But if we put points on the board, like, y'all gonna hold it down, and y'all did it every single time.
Yeah, bro, that was nothing like it. We had the same type of defense in 2016. We just didn't have like we didn't have that leadership.
Peyton had retired.
Peyton left us such a big hole.
Yeah, he did.
You know, and it's not his fault.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot to put on somebody. You know, he was so banged up. Man. People don't realize how hurt he really was and how hurt he played.
Peyton was down bad.
He was down real bad.
What people don't realize is, like, Peyton really, like, dude, he changed my life, dude. It's
Me
like,
too. He did. He changed mine too. Honestly,
it's like when a guy like Peyton comes into the locker room, like, he made me a better pro. Like, Like, yeah, I was a pro. Like, I was a dog. Like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. But when you watch a dude like Peyton go to work, like matter of fact, like Princeton has this thing in his room, my son. It says good players inspire themselves, great players inspire others. Right? And he was like, Dad, what does that mean? I said, because when you great and like based off your work ethic and how you handling yourself, other people follow in your footsteps. Right? They're inspired by you.
Yeah.
And that's Peyton. Like how Peyton came to work every single day. Like I feel like for 18 years, or once he found his routine, like, or 15 years, at 2 o'clock, he was at that exact same spot that he was supposed to be at 2 o'clock. Like that's how detailed he was. And it's like I used to show up, like when I played for the Steelers, like, yeah, like I know it. But with Peyton, it was like, no, I have to know it. Because when he called on me in those meetings, I have to know what the hell I'm talking about. And like, he made me want to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he didn't yell at me or force me to. He was like, if you're going to play with me, my greatness is up here. And without me even saying it, you already know that you have to reach this level of greatness, or yet I'm going to find somebody else that understands exactly what I need from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he inspired me to do that. And it made me great. Like, got me to Pro Bowls, won Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Bro, Peyton was the best, man. We would have talks at breakfast, and he would say things like, you want to be good or you want to be great. Just that little thing. And he would say things like, you either get better or you get worse, man. He's like, because guess what? Everybody in this profession, I know sometimes when I say that and people are sometimes like, oh, that's not true, this and that. And I'm like, no, man. In a high competition sport like football, like the NFL, everybody around you is a factor. You got people above. You got the guys that are working a little bit harder than you. You got guys that are working a little less than you. So you're not just staying the same.
Yeah, facts.
You're either part of that. You're either part of that group that's not working hard, or you're trying to rise above the group that's working harder. So are you getting better,
Facts.
or are you getting worse? And he said that shit to me, and I was like, man, that shit makes sense.
Facts.
And that just like took my game to another level, man. Like being around Peyton was so inspiring because he would show up in a fucking Buick. You know what I mean? With a briefcase every day.
Facts.
He would go sit in a cold tub with his helmet on and watch film with a helmet on.
Business.
Like he treated it like an absolute, like I'm gonna be the best at my job.
Yes.
And he never lost that work ethic.
You know how guys come in the locker room and these are the worst things to really have when you're in the National Football League, when you're trying to do anything, because this is a distraction, right? And I remember I was talking to Peyton, like around like 1 o'clock or something, like right after lunch or right before lunch, he would go and sit in his car. What the hell are you doing in your car? He said, I leave my phone in my car. He said, I don't take it in the locker room. I leave my phone in the car. He said, I go out to my car, answer my text messages, my emails or whatever. Leave my phone in my car and I go back in. Because if you walk in a locker room, most of the guys, they're just on their phone.
Instagram.
Right? But if you don't have this phone and you just sitting around, you like, I'm about to go get in the cold tub. I'm about to go stretch. I'm about to go do this instead of sitting back with all these distractions.
Yeah.
And it was we always talk about that the small details, right?
Yeah.
Or the small things make take you from good to great. And that's what I learned from Peyton. And I started doing it, like those little things.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, I never left it in the car just because I don't know why I didn't do it, but I would put it in my, how we had that lockbox? Mm-hmm. I'll put it in there and just put it in the back so that, like, I wouldn't just immediately come to my locker and grab it. Because I noticed I was doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like, I would, aside from, like, doing the extra work, it's about connecting with the guys around you.
Facts.
Right? Like when I'm in the cold tub, bro, like I might be able to connect with somebody that, some scout team tight end that's in there.
Exactly.
And like just have a conversation with him and get to know him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Instead of like this.
Instead I'm on my phone.
Talking to the same people that you're going to talk to.
Somebody that I'm going to talk to as soon as I get home. You know what I mean? It's like, let me connect with the people that I'm around.
Exactly.
And that really helped.
That team bonding is everything.
It's everything, bro. That's why COVID was so hard because I went to a whole new team during COVID and just trying to connect with guys was so difficult because we couldn't be around each other. You know what I mean? But I ended up, you still end up finding guys that you connect with, like in the locker room, bro. And that's why, guys from all different walks of life. It's like the ultimate melting pot. The NFL locker room is the ultimate melting pot. There's guys from every part of the country, from every, now it's international. Now you got guys from Australia, you got guys from Africa, you got guys from Germany, you got guys from all over the world. And then you got all the melting pot that the United States is. You got guys from Texas, guys from, that's why me and Akib used to laugh because me and Akib get along so well. But Akib is he's a Muslim from Texas, and I'm a white boy from, Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
But we got along so well because we understood, like, dog recognizes dog.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, when two wild dogs meet each other out in the street, you know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, shit, okay.
Like, oh, okay, And then they run
I
in the
never
pack
thought
together.
they would connect, but it's connected.
Yeah, but you connect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same way with you and I. You play wide receiver.
Yeah.
You're a dude from Texas. I'm a dude from Ohio. You play receiver, I play D-line, and we're best friends.
Exactly.
Like, because it's all about the mentality.
Exactly.
Like, we have that same mentality, and we did it.
Your locker was literally like right next to mine.
I know our lockers were so close
I
to each other.
enjoyed our talks, man. We used to always kick it. I remember even my damn chain. Remember, I want to drop like 20,000 on a chain. I was like, there you go. I want to get a chain, man. What should I get? He was like, you should get an S with Superman. I said, yeah, I got that chain.
Yeah, for
the
Sanders.
next week.
For Sanders,
Yeah,
Superman,
exactly.
that shit makes sense to me.
Hey, yeah.
And he
Dude,
got
I
it. When he
still-
showed
I-
up at that day, I
hey.
was like, oh!
I said, Derek, hey, good idea, man.
That shit's so dope.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. Well, shit. What else can we? What else you want to? Anything you want to say? Any kind of inspiration you want to give? Like,
Oh, man.
what do you like when you wake up in the morning? Like, what's the first thing you say to yourself? Like every morning when you wake up.
Man, I love my family. I love my job. I love my life. You know what I mean?
Grateful.
Grateful, dude. Gotta
Gratitude.
be grateful, because if I don't, man, I wake up some day and I'm like, man, life is boring. This and that. But nah, like, I wake up appreciative, man. I done came a long way, dude. We both done came a long way.
We say that to each other a lot.
Yeah,
You had to check me the other day, man, because like you checked in on me because it was Father's Day. And Father's Day has always been tough for me. I know it's tough for you too.
Yeah.
But just because I didn't have a father, and I am a father now, and then like it just like brings on like this depression that I
Yeah.
can't really. I have a hard time dispersing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the only way for me to disperse is through action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if I don't have I have to come and do some kind of grind. Like I could do a grind or workout, like something like that, and that helps me get that kind of emotion out. But we went and did axe throwing, and I was just kind of off.
Yeah, you were.
I couldn't. I don't know why.
I was trying to joke with you, and you was like, I was like, Derek, nah, he ain't feeling it.
I don't know what was. It wasn't that I wasn't like happy
Yeah,
to be there.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Hey, some days we all go through that shit, man.
It's
We all
like,
go
it's
through
not
that
that
shit.
I wasn't happy to be there. Like I'm always happy to be around my boys.
Yeah.
Like, especially get to see my friends and my kid. Our kids all get along and shit. So it's like I'm always happy for those moments. But for some reason, I get in these like this little slump, and it's only like a 24-hour slump for me. It's
Yeah.
never longer than a day.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like that day I'm just struggling. So it's like I'm using all of my energy to fucking keep that shit down low.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You
So
tryna-
to keep that shit at bay.
and I felt that. That's why I text you.
And that shit helped, bro. Like, I really appreciate
I text
that.
you, man, just to understand how far you came. You know what I mean? To have that gratitude and shit. I be needing it sometimes too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes I be feeling like, oh man, like I ain't accomplished this, or like this situation has triggered me and I can't get it. I can't get it out of my head. And then it's like, like some people come around, like, or I pick up the phone, I call my dad, and like he'll put it in perspective. Like perspective is everything. You know what I mean? And once he put it in perspective, like, yeah, that shit don't make me feel instantly better, but like over time I start
thinking about it.
I start like, yeah, he right.
Yeah,
Because
that-
sometimes people be talking to me, I'm like, man, fuck what you talking about. You don't understand.
You
what
don't
I'm talking about."
fucking get it.
I'm like, you don't get it.
You don't get it. You'll never
You
get
know,
it.
but then like when I get to myself, man, and I get away from everybody, like sometimes my kids be getting on my damn nerves, dude.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go to my basement and I just be sitting down there and I be by myself, and like I'm annoyed by them. And I be sitting by myself and I can spend like an hour by myself, and I find myself like, damn, I miss my kids. Let me go up here and hang out with them. You know what I mean? And it's just that little break of like being by myself and in solitude that I understand, like, man, like I'm tripping. Like, let me go back up here. Like, or I needed that time for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To re-energize myself or something, like that solitude is big as well.
It's huge. It's huge, bro. Taking time for yourself, just, and it don't have to be long. Like, for me, I just give myself, like, I do it in the gym. So, like, I got my own gym in my basement. It's, and that's like my dungeon. I come in here and that's my church. I come in here and I exercise the demons out. You know?
Man.
And that's how I do it. Like, I do it through sweat. I sweat out that bullshit.
smart.
You know what I mean? Then when I get done, I'm fucking ready to conquer the day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If I could do that, You know what I mean? Because the workouts I'm doing, every single exercise, there comes a time where you want to quit.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you push yourself through that quit and trick and tell your brain, you feel like you did something.
Yeah. Man, I love that.
You know what I mean? So like I just try to start. That's how I try to start my day is with a good workout. Like I start my day with some. I drink this mushroom coffee now.
Yeah, I know.
Which is it's like cordyceps and it's lion's mane. And instead of tricking me into think I'm not tired, which is what coffee does, it just tricks your brain into think it's not tired. It says, hey, you're not tired. And then that's why you have that crash and you're like, fuck, I'm tired again. This stuff does the opposite of that. It's like it gives you sustainable energy. So I drink that, get Roxy up, my daughter, get her up, get her fed, maybe get her off to school, come home, and boom, straight to the gym. Like that's got to be the first thing I do.
You got to let me try some of that coffee, man. I want to try some.
Oh, you want to try some of it? Yeah. So I'm actually working on my own now. Because I put in more than just the mushrooms in there. So I put the mushrooms, I put in collagen peptides, which is just like a collagen protein peptide. And then I put maca root, which is like to help regulate my testosterone levels. And it's good for sexual health. It's good for vitality. It's a maca root. And then I put in like a little bit of Truvia. And then I put some almond milk in there. And then I dump the hot water.
Whole concoction.
So I'm coming up with my own brand.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that I'm gonna just sell that, you know what I mean? And
Dude,
make it available to people. Like that's what I take.
I would take that shit every morning. Right. Everything that you just said.
We're working on it right now, so it's gonna be done soon.
Oh man. That sounds amazing.
So it'll be available on the website whenever I get the website running and everything. So it'll
send it over, man. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I'll get it over to you, bro. If you you can help me push it too.
Hell yeah.
Because I feel like it's really like people don't think about the brain injuries. We have serious brain damage, bro. Like we got hit in the head every play.
Tell me about it.
For decades. You know what I mean? Even because think about how like our little league football was. They taught us to hit with our head.
Yeah.
There was no keep your head up.
Then the helmets weren't even that good.
And they were terrible helmets. You know what I mean? And we were just running and banging with our heads. Like that's how I was taught to tackle people.
Exactly.
Hit him, put your head under his chin.
Trying to knock him out every time.
And try to take his life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Facts.
You try to take his soul every
Facts.
play. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's just how I learned how to play. So, my head took a beating. So our frontal lobes, the neurons and stuff in there, like all these mushrooms help regrow that stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to try it. I mean, and then you're right about coffee. Like I drink coffee and but then it's like boom, that crash. And that's why I stopped drinking. Yeah. I'm like, I'd rather be on something natural, But
and it's the Adderall too, right? So like with the ADHD and the Adderall, I've been taking Adderall for a long. I don't know if you take Adderall or not.
No,
but I've been taking Adderall for a long time, and I always just was like, man, there's gonna come a day when I'm gonna have to get off this shit, and I'm gonna fucking struggle with it. But one thing that has really helped me is the psilocybin side of it. Psilocybin is just like that's what they call it, the magic mushroom, right? And there's a bunch of different strands of it, but in a microdosed portion, I don't need the Adderall. With that, and then there's also federally legal things that you could put in there, like the cordyceps and the lion's mane. There's a couple other ones that I can't pronounce the name of them, but you put those in there and make it into a gummy. And I just pop a gummy, and I don't need like that. I don't have that craving for it. I don't have the withdrawal from it.
Because you focus, locked in.
It gives me the focus. It like helps me. And really what it's
Zoning
like.
in a little bit.
What it's like when I don't have it is like a veil over my face, right? It's like I can see everything and I can see my thoughts, but I can't grab them.
Yeah,
I can't see. They're like, I don't know. What does that say?
Yeah.
And then I catch myself like getting frustrated.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the frustration creates anger, and the anger creates depression. And next thing you know, I'm like, I'm just sitting there like I can't do anything now.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
But when I take these mushrooms, bro, it lifts that veil and everything is clear.
It's clear. Yeah, it's nothing like having a clear mind, man.
Yeah, bro, and it helps regrow the neurons, everything. Like, so I would really be interested in helping you with that stuff.
I want to try it.
I think it'll help you with just the day to day, bro. Like just times
exactly.
when
and that's why I want to try it. That's why I want to try it. Because again, like it's nothing. Some days I'm like, it's just everything's just blurred. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what is going on?
It's like a brain fog.
Yeah, it's like, it's a fog.
And then you can feel like, do you ever feel like your brain is like swollen? You ever feel that like it's like there's pressure in there? You know what I mean? You ever get that feeling?
Nah, you on some extraterrestrial shit.
No, I'm telling you, bro. I get like these headaches because it feels like my head is swollen and it feels like my brain is like swelling.
What the hell?
Yeah, bro. So I'd like have to.
And you can feel that?
Yeah. I can feel it, bro. It gives me this crazy like frontal headache. It's like all this pressure and on the sides here, and it's swelling.
What releases it? Like the shrooms kind of release?
The shrooms help bring it. There's natural ways to decrease that inflammation through diet.
Next time I'm gonna pay
mushrooms.
more attention to it. I've never really paid attention to it like that. But
Next time you have like a random ass headache, just like pay attention to where it's at in your head. You know what I mean? And be like, it's just because I get them in the front.
you know, you different than me, man. You was in those trenches banging every time. I don't really get headaches like that. You know, but my memory is fucking shot, dude. I know that.
Yeah, and I was
Like
noticing a really big decline, and that was for me. Frustration is where like anger comes from, right?
Yeah,
so you
facts.
get frustrated, then you get mad,
And
then I get mad, then I'm a dick, and I'm mean to everybody. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that, bro. Like, cause I'm a good dude. Like I try to be.
No,
like,
you are.
I got like a big heart, like I care about people and shit. But like sometimes I get so focused on my anger and trying to control my anger, that it just fucking snaps.
And that shit comes from frustration.
And it all comes from being
It
frustrated.
all comes from frustration.
And so if I can mitigate that frustration,
Yeah, exactly.
with something that's good for me and is not having these crazy side effects, I'm all for
that's
it.
a win.
So
we're gonna make
we're gonna make the Wolfe Untamed Wolfe Untamed coffee. We're gonna make the Wolfe Untamed gummies. We're already working with a company called Slumber that's doing it. They already do some hemp and CBD stuff, but for me the THC I don't know. Not everybody can take that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Some
Like
people-
football players and football players and firefighters, military guys, they can't take that shit. So I want something that everybody can take.
Exactly.
It's federally legalized. It doesn't have any psilocybin in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
don't put
good.
the THC in there.
There is no red tape. You know what I mean? You can sell it on Amazon. It's not a problem.
exactly.
But it's actually going to help. You know, there's a couple products out there, but I want it to be mine, and I want it to be my mixture that I came up with because I did it through trial and error.
Well, that concoction you just said, I'll take that every morning, man. Especially made in a gummy form.
Bro, the gummies are so
man,
key.
that's a win,
they
dude.
taste good.
Dude, that's
You
a
can
win.
keep them on you. It doesn't take up a bunch of space.
Oh, that's a win.
But
I-
because
I-
some people
I
like
drink
having
coffee
like,
too. I
well,
drink
I like
coffee
having
too.
I like having a warm coffee.
Yeah, I like the coffee
I
too.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
like it's a routine thing for me. I like to wake up. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, drink your
Come
coffee.
downstairs, drink my coffee, read some emails.
Yeah.
Maybe do some journaling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of have some alone time before before my daughter gets up and then shit chaos starts. You know what I mean?
Once
'Cause
that
she's
chaos
up,
start.
you know, we're gonna make pancakes.
Yeah,
we're gonna
exactly.
play. You know, get the squirt guns out. Let's go. You know, so
Facts.
it's like, you know, we got to get this shit. I need that little hour of time
To yourself.
to
That's
start my
solitude.
day, you
That's
know?
solitude.
That shit's everything, bro. So yeah, I'll get some of that to you, bro.
All right, sound good.
And you can check it out. So, but shit, man, I appreciate you coming on,
No
bro.
doubt,
Telling your
man.
story. You
Hey.
got a fucking awesome story.
appreciate
and
you,
you're one of
brother.
my favorite humans on this planet,
Hey,
bro.
vice versa, bro.
I love you, man. For
I love
real.
you too, brother.
Thank
Happy
you.
for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
This podcast is dope.
It's a wrap.